Shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bashim Kwadash, for his truth, knowledge, and wisdom. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth, that's fighting, pushing this truth with all sincerity, honesty, and faith, pushing towards that mark, which is salvation. You know, who would say, them that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So it's a time of enduring and maintaining and holding on to the truth, okay? This is a GMS closer look, the desire of the wicked, okay? I didn't really know how to, I wanted to say the desire. Really, it's the word desire, but it also goes into the wicked, which is, we know as Esau today, Esau, Edom. That is the wicked on the planet Earth today. They're the ones that set up to play the part of the wicked, just like the apostles that went into that. We needed to learn wickedness so we can appreciate righteousness. Okay, so we're getting to the time where we're appreciating what we once had and what we're getting ready to inherit. Okay, which is a clean earth, which is a beautiful planet again, and a righteous kingdom ruled under Yahweh Shimi Shai's rule, man. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. The main verse that I wanted to start out with, let's start with Genesis 4 and verse 7, okay? Because this was said unto Cain. This also ties into that Esau is the reincarnation of Cain, okay? And this goes to those that can accept it. This is that part of it in itself is it takes a lot of faith, and the Most High has to be working with you and supping with you to give you that understanding. But this right here shows that Esau would have to be Cain coming in the reincarnation, just because it says you should tell a tree by its fruit, okay? So a tree is showing its fruit, and you seeing Esau is the one that's showing that what? He's wicked, man. He's wicked. Hold on 1 second, I can. Damn, man. Slacking. So Esau is showing that he's the wicked. So let's jump right into it. This is just going to be a to the point video. Lord willing, bring out some precepts and prove the point. But this is Genesis 4 and 7. And it says, if thou, let's go to verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, which Cain is Qayan, which is a killing weapon or dagger. It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? Why are you angry? And why is thy countenance fallen? Because the same thing, this should tie you back into Jacob and Esau. Hey, shalom to the brothers on the comment board. Shalom. It says this should tie you because why was Esau mad? Because Jacob got the blessing. He was mad and upset. So the same thing that he was mad back then when he was Cain, okay? It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? His demeanor. Okay, this is the point. Verse 7. If thou doest well, thou shalt be accepted. And if thou does it not well, doeth not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire. It says, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. It says, and thou shalt rule over him. So the desire part is what we're looking at, okay? So if the Lord told Esau, look, if you do what you're supposed to, you'll be accepted. Or told Cain, he'd be accepted. But if he didn't accept it, then what would happen? That he would desire would be unto the wicked, okay? Unto wickedness. And now we can see that this is the same thing that he's doing today. That's how we know that he is Cain in the spirit. All right, the word there is ta-sha-wa-kwa. Ta-sha-kwa, if I'm pronouncing that right. Ta-sha-wa-kwa. Ta-sha-wa-kwa. All right, and it says desire, longing, craving. So it's saying that if Cain would crave to do evil and wickedness, sin, that's what sin is. Sin is the transgression of the law. So if Cain did not do what he was supposed to, he would have a desire to go against the law. He would have a yearning, a longing. Okay, let's look up what the word longing for. I mean, Abaratazar, this is going to, you know, hit some points, because now this should show you why Esau doesn't do nothing but wickedness, man. At the end of the day, he's in his full society, and what does he want to do? Nothing but wickedness. Promote it, set it up on pedestal. Because longing, it says a yearning desire. So the word longing means a yearning desire. Now, let's look what yearning means. Yearning means a feeling of intense longing for something. So Esau, and when he was Cain, the Lord told him, if you didn't do good, you would yearn to do evil. You would yearn to commit wickedness. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me, because it's beautiful how these scriptures are going in, man. You know, Brakatiyah Shah for allowing, you know, the Spirit to just dive into these words and dive into certain things, because more meaning comes out. So let's read it as it is. It says, if thou dost well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doesn't not well, sin lieth at the door, which is transgression of the law. And unto thee shall be his desire, his yearning, and thou shalt rule over him. And it says, look, that's what he would desire, because what in the next verse, what did Cain do? He committed murder. He committed sin. He didn't follow what the warning was that the Lord gave him, because the Most High put it in his spirit to go off anyway, because Abel was meant to go. He's transitory. The name of Abel means transitory, okay? Here and there, you know, it's like vapors, okay? So now, as we tie in to Esau, now let's look up what the word desire means. Desire means a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. So now we know desire means that you long for something, you want it to happen. So Esau wants evil to happen. He wants wickedness. That's why his society looks the way it is. It acts the way it does, because he longs for wickedness. Because he was promised in the time of the Garden of Eden, if he didn't do what he was supposed to, that sin lieth at the door. That means sin is waiting on you, man. Sin was waiting on Cain. Just like when he came back as Esau, it was waiting on him then. Just like the mark followed Cain, in the reincarnation, it makes sense that the same desire that he had back then for wickedness and sin is the same one he came back with. Because what did he do? He tried to kill his brother again, which means that he had the same spirit in him that he had in the Garden of Eden. Okay, his desire was to sin. That's why he does the things he does. Gay marriages, transgenderism, pedophilia. The list goes on, destroying the planet Earth. He does everything against the Bible, down to the mold law, down to the fabric. He does his desire. He has a fervent hatred against the law. But he'll tell you that he's for the law or follow the law. But on the other breath, and on the other hand, he's doing everything against the Most High's laws, man. Giving homosexuals right to marry, giving hormones to children to force them to become something that they're not. That's a desire. That's just not, oh, I'm letting it happen. No, you're trying to push it. You're trying to boost it up, man. Going up to space and polluting Earth's atmosphere with satellites. You know, that's a fervent hatred for the Most High's laws, man. And the Most High. At the end of the day, these guys are trying to save Esau. Esau does not love the Most High, man. He has a grudge against the Most High. That's what you're seeing. He's a person with a grudge against Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because he was set up for that. So now let's go into these scriptures, man. Now let's back it up with some precepts. Let me read it one more time. So let me read this one more time, then we're going to jump into another precept. It says, if thou doest well, thou shalt be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. So now let's tie in. Let's jump to Psalms Let's jump to Psalms 139. Because you can be a slave unto sin. Because we were slaves unto sin. When we went off against Yahweh Shem Yahshua, we became slaves unto sin. That same sin, that's why Jake was acting as wicked as the wicked, because we were under that shackles, as it may say. This is Psalms 139 and 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O power. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. Okay, for they speak against thee wickedly. Thine enemies take thy name in vain. And all we got to read is Psalms 83. All right, let me see here. Make sure I got that on point. Yep, right here. This is Psalms 83 and 1. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And who's the first ones on that list? The tabernacle of Edom, which we know as Esau, okay? Which he's Cain in the reincarnation. He's top of the list. So he's one of those that what? Hate the Most High. He's the leader. He's the ringleader of that movement. Read one. This is Psalms 139:19 again. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O power. Depart from thee, therefore, ye bloody men. For they speak wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord? Because David had the right. This is what we need to read, the vocab, all these other nations, all these other groups that want to save the nations. What did David say? David didn't have that attitude. And was not David a man after the Most High's own heart? So what did he say? He said, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. So David, and you know, David was a warrior. He wasn't about that. He wasn't about that play life, man. David was a man that had killed for his nation, had went to war for his nation. That's why he went to war against Goliath, because he said this dog move against the Most High. He hated Goliath with a perfect hatred because he knew that he didn't have no love for the Most High. So how much more us now looking at Esau and these other nations? These nations don't love the Lord. Moab's eating squid. Ishmael's cutting up camel. You know, this is just their dietary law. Not to mention their idolatry, their all types of wickedness, sideways things that they do. They hate the Most High, man. The Most High put it in their spirit because Israel's the one that's set to love the Lord, because we're his wife, man. We're his chosen. He didn't set up these nations to love him. We're the only ones that have the capability to love him by way doing his law. And it says, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. All right. So Esau constantly blasphemed the Lord. That's why you see Cesare Bozier up. That's crossing the Most High Son out and putting up an image that fits his needs and his agenda. He's not putting that image up to save nobody. He's putting that image up to further his agenda. Cesare Bozier was not set up to save nobody. Okay, Serapis was not set up to save nobody. Those were controlling images. Those images were set up to control the people, or to push an agenda. They weren't set up to save you people, man. Okay? This is 2 Peter 2:19. And it says, while they promise them liberty, them themselves are servants of corruption. See that? Why are you certain to turn around and, you going to church and, save the Lord, praise, clap for the Lord and promise them liberty. Them themselves are servants of corruption, because Esau is a servant of corruption. He's not in his right state of mind. All he wants to do is he wakes up in the morning. That's why this scripture says it here. Let me try to find it where it says, where it says they cannot. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Let me try to pull this up. Yep, right here. This is it. Check this out. This is why this verse is here. This is how you know that they have a desire for wickedness, because they do something like this. This is Proverbs 4:16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they have caused some to fall. That's how his desire is such to wickedness that he can't even sleep. Just like if you have a nervous day in the morning, you have to do something that's very, nerve wracking. It's hard for you to sleep. That's the same way Esau feels his elites if he don't commit wickedness. That's how you know it's a fervent love for wickedness. So now let's go into the word. It says, for they cannot sleep except they have done mischief. The word mischief is ra'ah. Ra'ah. It says what? Look right here. To do bad. Be evil. To be displeasing, to be sad, to be injurious, to be evil, to be wicked. Be evil. Ethically, if I'm pronouncing that right. So Esau now in the modern day cannot go to sleep unless he commits wickedness. That shows you that he has a desire for wickedness, desire for evil. Though that's why it's the title says the desire of the wicked, man. Because that goes back to the Garden of Eden when the Lord told him that if you do good, then you accept it. But if you do evil, you're gonna desire it. You're gonna want to do it. That's all you're gonna think about, man. You're gonna yearn to it. Just like we crave to do the law, but we're in this flesh. We can't do it like we want to. Just like Esau, man, he's doing what he wants to in his flesh. That's why he's talking about fighting the Most High. You gotta be wicked. You trying to fight the Creator, man, with pellets. That's like going to a damn war with airsoft gun. It looked like the real thing, but it's not gonna do anything, man. All right, let's read it back in 2 Peter. It says, while they promise them liberty, them themselves are servants to corruption. For whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. So the same thing that rules over you is the same thing that you are in bondage to. Okay? So Esau is in bondage under wickedness. Just like we're prisoners of hope, Esau is a prisoner of wickedness, of evil. He can't do nothing else. And we're not trying to save him and get him out of that prison. No, that's where the Lord put him at. Because the Lord, the Most High, has his movie and has his plan. So we're just following the cord, man. This is John 8 and verse 34. And it says, Yahushua answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. Check that out. It says, Yahushua answered them, saying, verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, whoso committeth sin is the servant of sin. See that? And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the son abideth forever. So if you out here doing certain things, then you're a servant of sin, man. Esau's a servant of sin. He can't do nothing else. All he knows is what? To commit sin, commit heinous acts, commit adultery, push forth idolatry, because that's what he does. He's under the bondage of sin. But then you got guys trying to save a person that is under bondage of sin. No, he's serving his lot. He's doing what he's supposed to, man. Because the Lord promised and told him if he did right and when he came, he would be accepted. This is Romans 5 and verse 13. This is Romans 5 and verse 13. And it says, for unto the law, for until the law, sin was in the world. So sin has been here for a long time. It says, for unto the law, it says, for until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses. So sin was back in the time of Adam. So for sin to be in the time of Adam, that means what? The law had to be in the time of Adam. That's why the Lord told Esau, according to the law, he did not make the cut. He didn't do what he was supposed to according to the law, statutes, and commandments that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai set up back in the days of Garden of Eden. All right, in the planet of Eden. Even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. So you seeing it right here. So sin was back then. The law came in after sin. I mean, the law came in to correct sin. That's why Yahushua said, if I have not come unto them, they would have no cloak for their sin. Now they got no cloak. So all the ones that are doing things in this world, you got to know that what? If you're not coming to the law, statutes, and commandments, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, hold on. Damn demons, man. Goodness gracious. Doing a video now, all of a sudden a damn... Never mind, Akim, Salakim, man. Let me get back to it. That's just trying to stop the spirit, man. I know what that is. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm just going to go through these precepts and we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. This is Romans 6 and verse 16. Check this out. Romans 6 and 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves? It says, know ye not to whom ye yield yourselves? Servants to obey. That's why you got to stay constantly in this truth, man. Because if you yield yourself to the world, you're gonna be a servant to it. You're not gonna do what is right because you're gonna serve the world. That's why you got to fight to do things in this truth, man. It becomes easy, but at the end of the day, it's a fight, man. You got to fight and struggle within yourself to say, look, this is what I'm supposed to do. Forget what your flesh is saying and what it's talking to you. No. Just say that, look, man, I know what I'm supposed to do. Don't matter what your thoughts say, your flesh says, just do what you're supposed to do, man. That's how it works. You got to go on autopilot. Your flesh knows what you're thinking. The flesh knows what you're thinking, what it's doing is right there with you, man. All right. So it says, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey his servant. It says his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin or unto death, or of obedience unto righteousness. So Esau has yielded himself to sin. So what is he? He's a servant of sin. He is his desire is to sin. He can't do nothing else. He don't know how to do right because he's desired to sin. Sin is his master, man. Sin is Esau's master. That's why, what are you trying to save him? He gave himself up wholly unto sin, man. Verse 17, but Yahweh be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that from, it says, that form of doctrine which was delivered to you. That's what the apostle elders have given to us and have brought us to the light of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is this truth, knowledge, and wisdom, man. All right. So I just wanted to bring this out, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. Like it says, man, this is another GMS Closer Look. The Wadi Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for allowing me to do this video. Lord willing, I can do more GMS Closer Looks. And, you know, it's allowing me to dive deeper into the scriptures and get more faith built up, man. So Lord willing, it's helping you, Akim. And, yeah, man, Esau is the desire of the wicked. All right. That's why he's doing what he's doing, because the Lord has set him up to do what he's doing, because he is set up to desire to sin. It's not he's doing it, or let me choose to sin today. No, he has a lust for it, man. All right. So with that, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Shalom, Akim. Shalom to you brothers on the comment board. Stay strong. Stay faithed up. Stay prayed up, man. We almost there. Keep faith.